Hey guys, Miss Esna here. Now that we have covered adding and subtracting integers, so positive and negative whole numbers that are being added or subtracted, now we're going to start to move into multiplying integers. All right, so I want to walk through a couple practice problems that don't have any words attached to it. So it's not a word problem that we have to pull any integers out of. But I do want to do a couple samples, and then in the next video lesson, we'll go into a couple more word problems. Alrighty? So let's now start with two positives. Okay, let's say I have 1 times 2. Okay, if I have 1 multiplied by 2 and both numbers are positive, my outcome is going to be a positive. Okay, so if I have 1 times 2, I'm going to get an answer or a product. Okay, again, a product is the answer to a multiplication problem, a product that is positive. Okay, so I have 2 positive numbers. Positive times a positive is going to be a positive. Okay, that's the first example. The second example is if I have a negative, let's say -1 times -2. Okay, now as we talked about two negatives when we subtract numbers, they cancel each other out. So if I have -1 times -2, I am going to get an answer that is positive, or a product that is positive. Okay, so if I have two negative numbers that are being multiplied together, my answer is going to be positive. So that means if I have two numbers with the same sign, okay, their product, okay, or the answer to the multiplication problem would be positive. Okay, so if I have two positives, my answer would be positive. If I have two negatives, they would cancel out to be positive. And then the last situation, and I'm just going to tilt my screen down just a tad. Okay, my last situation is if I have a positive and a negative number put together. So let's say I have -1 times 2. Okay, well, if I have a negative and a positive being multiplied, their answer is going to be negative. Okay, so if I have -1 times +2, I'm going to have an outcome of -2. Okay, now same thing if my second number is negative and my first number is positive. If I have 1 times -2, my answer would still be -2. Okay, so if you have, and I'll just tilt down one more time, okay, if you have a positive and a negative being multiplied together, the answer is going to be negative. All right, so this is just an introductory lesson to our products or our answers to multiplication problems with integers. All right, click to the next video for more word problems.